They think you're irreplaceable. And the definition of irreplaceable is impossible to replace if lost or damaged. So, they figure if they damage you by belittling you and say, I ain't buying that, I ain't going there, I'm not doing that, you ain't gonna be able to sell that, you ain't gonna be able to do that, or who you think you are? You think you better than me, you think you smarter than me. Ah, what else do people say? Whatever they say. You lazy, you just don't want to work. Ah, um, so and so tried to do that and it didn't work out for them. uh, they try to lower your self esteem, lower your confidence, because they're hoping you say, oh, you know what? You're right. I give up. Don't give up. Let them say whatever they want to say. That's their opinion, that's their fears, and that's their insecurities. Trying to stop and block you, put challenges and obstacles in your way so that you don't keep going. That's what the adversary does. When the adversary sees you trying to do something good or try to better yourself, and it's different from what they're used to, and it's something that they wouldn't do, they say or do anything to try to block you. Like if you're on a diet and you have that friend that comes over with a piece of cake or a plate of food, like, oh, let's eat this. Knowing daggone well you're on a diet. They do that intentionally. They're trying to sabotage you or at least entice you to self sabotage. Just ignore it. Recognize it for what it is. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time and keep going. You can do this. You got this. You know what? There have been so many things that have happened. And in your mind, you have convinced yourself or you have allowed other people to convince you that you're not strong. But guess what? You are strong. That's why you're here. Do you realize how many other in this is just science. This is not me being vulgar or disrespectful, so please don't take it the wrong way. You know how many sperms and eggs had to fight? First of all, let's just talk about the little sperms. How many sperms had to fight to fertilize the egg that came from the vessel you traveled through? And I'm saying a vessel because the body is a vessel. It creates the life, and then you go through like a tunnel. And you come out, and you are your own person. But we allow people outside of us to instill fear. And then some of these people are jealous or envious. So we think, I did another video a while ago, and I used the example of the auntie, right? The auntie sees your greatness, but you're a little kid, so of course you don't know anything about that yet, right? So your auntie says, oh, baby, don't do that. Here's a piece of pie. But in the meantime, the auntie is only telling you that because she wants her child to do that. Or she doesn't think her child is mentally, physically, or emotionally capable of doing that. So she's not going to want to see you do that. Not her sisters or brothers' kids. If her child they do it, nobody else kid in the family doing it either. So she sees your potential. She sees your greatness. So she keeps feeding you stuff to make you have self-doubt and lack of confidence. And so then you start to feel like you don't deserve it. Or you start to feel like, oh yeah, well the rest of the family just graduated from high school and got a job, so that's what I'm supposed to do too. So let me go ahead and do that. In the meantime, in her mind, she's like, you're not getting ready to be better than me or my kids. But you grow up with that programming and that conditioning, and you didn't know any better. You got to be careful what you tell people. So if you say, "Oh yeah, auntie, I want to be a firefighter," and she know firefighters make a lot of money, but her kids only have fast food restaurant potential, she not getting ready to sit and say, "Oh, that's great, nephew or niece. You would do really well as a firefighter." She's not getting ready to say that. She gonna smile in your face and say, "Here, baby, eat this pie," while she got a knife in your bag. And she might even put a little something, something in the pie. I'm just saying. But some people will do whatever they think they can to stop or block you. So you have to stay encouraged. Other people outside of you, they're probably not going to support or encourage you. You're going to tell them you're doing something and ask them for your help. They're going to come up with every excuse in the world. They may even say, "Well, ain't nobody help me." In the meantime, your feelings hurt, but you just suck it up and you just do what you need to do. You may overhear them say this, but sometimes you can just feel it. Trust your instincts the first time. Because whatever they say, it just makes you go, or huh? What? Did they just say so and so and such and such? That don't make no sense. And you kind of trying to justify it or block it out, but you know what they said was shady. You know it because you feel it in your gut. You're not making it up. You're not crazy. That's another thing they'll say. "Oh, you crazy. Oh, you stupid. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody buying that. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Oh, that's, that don't make no sense." All kinds of things. And it's okay because, again, it's their fears and their insecurity. So you just have to allow them to have that. They don't think that they can do better or be better. And that's not your fault. And you don't have to take on those feelings, thoughts, and emotions. You don't. Some of them will even go so far as to manipulate and gaslight you, honey, and start crying because they want you to feel sorry for them. So then if you feel sorry for them, "Oh, well, my sister started crying, so I don't think it's a good idea for me to do this. I'm going to just go ahead and give up and just go to this job that I hate and do what they did." That's what they want you to do. They want you to settle back in so you can order Chinese food on Friday night and eat popcorn and drink soda and smoke cigarettes or smoke weed or drink. Because deep inside, you're not happy with yourself and your choices. And you want to do something different and you want to do something more. So if we're not doing good habits, we usually do the opposite. And we just sink into that sunken place. And sometimes that makes it even more challenging to get out. So get out of that sunken place and rise above. You can do it. I have confidence in you, and I know you can do it. And you don't need anybody else. Now, when it's time for you to have other people in your life, they will come along. But as for right now, if you make plates of food, make you a plate of food. Sell it to the neighbors. Take it to work. Sell it to people. Or, if you're really feeling charitable, make some plates and go feed some homeless people. I went downtown directly across the street from the door of the courthouse. A bunch of people out there in tents sleeping. I gave one lady some canned goods and I said, "Oh, I don't know if you have a way to heat them up." And she said, "Oh, I just eat them out the can." Keep going. Just just keep going. You got this. You got this. Love y'all.